You decide to buy a specific car, say a silver SUV. Suddenly, they are everywhere. You see one at the red light, another in the grocery store lot, 3 more on the highway. Or you learn a new word and hear it twice the next day. You think about a city, and suddenly everyone is talking about it. It feels as if the world has reorganized itself around your thoughts. It feels like the universe is winking at you. This is the emotional core of manifestation, the idea that our thoughts become things. Millions of people have embraced this philosophy, and it is easy to see why. We live in a world where a rent increase, a medical bill, or a hidden algorithm can upend a life overnight. People feel surrounded by enormous systems they cannot control. Manifestation offers a lever. It says your inner life actually matters. This desire doesn't come from shallow greed. It is a response to feeling powerless. It offers a beautiful, seductive promise. If you can control your mind, you have total agency over your life. But when we treat that metaphor as a literal law of physics, something breaks. We start treating the universe like a cosmic vending machine that dispenses houses, lovers, and health if we insert enough high vibrations. The logic carries a devastating inverse. If your positive thoughts created your success, what created the bad things? If your high vibration brought wealth, did your low vibration attract poverty, illness, or a sudden loss? This is the hidden cruelty inside the modern law of attraction. It offers total agency, but the cost of total agency is total blame. It forces the individual to carry the weight for outcomes shaped by genetics, economic systems, and plain random chance. Suddenly, your own mind is a dangerous place. Fear, sadness, and grief are no longer natural responses to a hard bay. They are treated as spiritual contamination that will actively ruin your future. A practice meant to liberate people ends up trapping them. It simply swaps out old religious guilt for a new spiritualized anxiety, leaving sufferers to blame themselves for their own pain. Here is the necessary admission. The cosmic magic is fiction. The universe is not rearranging traffic to match your mood. But the practices themselves, they often do work. To understand why, we have to look at biology. Your body is bombarded by more data than your conscious awareness could possibly hold. It is pure sensory overload. To survive, the brain has to filter out almost everything. It uses selective attention. The nervous system prioritizes what gets through that filter based on survival or desire. When you write down an intention, you give your nervous system a new instruction. You reprogram the filter to scan for specific things. Psychologists proved this with the famous invisible gorilla experiment. When viewers were told to count basketball passes, they completely failed to notice a person in a gorilla suit walking through the screen. Attention, given a strict task, narrows the world aggressively. This diagram shows exactly how the loop functions. Positive thinking shifts selective attention, which feeds into confirmation bias. You haven't magically summoned a new opportunity. You've simply stopped your brain from ignoring the doors that were already there. Once your attention is trained to spot those doors, a second psychological mechanism takes over. Your internal belief about what will happen next begins to alter your physical behavior in the present. The sociologist Robert K. Merton called this the self-fulfilling prophecy. An expectation, even if it starts out false, creates actions that make the expectation come true. Consider someone walking into a job interview already convinced they won't get chosen. They expect rejection. That internal fear translates into a guarded posture. They rush their answers. They avoid eye contact. The interviewers don't know the candidate's history. They just see someone who looks unsure. The rejection arrives and the old fear says, "See, I knew it." Now reverse the loop. A person who genuinely believes they might succeed enters the room differently. They wait a beat longer to answer. They offer a smile. That quiet expectancy changes the relational field, inviting collaboration and trust from the people across the table. Belief doesn't manipulate reality through a hidden magical frequency. It changes how you physically walk through a room, and that, in turn, changes how the room responds to you. This brings us to a common trap in the manifestation world, the advice to act as if. Usually this means spending money you don't have or ignoring bills to pretend you are already wealthy. That is denial in spiritual clothing. A far stronger approach is identity-based change. You don't pretend the outcome has already arrived. You behave like the kind of person who is capable of navigating the path to get there. If you want to be a writer, you don't pretend a finished book is already sitting on your desk. You become someone who clears an hour every morning to sit down and tolerate writing badly. Rehearsing the final victory in your head can be a soothing fantasy, but it sedates you. Moving your identity toward the daily habit pulls you out of daydreams and into active formation. True change isn't demanding that reality magically alter itself for you. It is about actively becoming the person who can meet reality differently. We have to draw a hard line between the fantasy of omnipotence and the truth of participation. Believing you control every single aspect of your life sounds empowering at first, but it collapses into cruelty the moment you face systemic injustice, sudden illness, or bad luck. You are not the sole author of the universe. Participation gives you heavy influence without making you carry the entire weight of the world. You navigate heavy circumstances, but still push upward. You name your desires clearly. You train your attention to spot the openings that were always there, and you align your physical behavior with the future you are trying to build. You don't need to place a cosmic order to change your life. Human psychology, focused attention, and deliberate action are powerful enough on their own.
Thank you for watching. If something in this resonated with you, then you're already closer than you think. If you're ready to go deeper, there's a link below to my book, The Honest Law of Attraction, Manifestation Without Magical Thinking, Toxic Positivity, or Self-Blame. This isn't theory, it's a framework you can actually use. Tap the link below and step into it.